So this is the second lesson of Chapter 5, which is on adding and subtracting like fractions. And what we mean by like fractions is that they have the same denominator. So in order to add or subtract them, when they have the same denominator, you simply write the sum or the difference over the denominator. So for example, 4 ninths plus 1 ninth is equal to 5 ninths. So we simply added the 4 plus the 1 and kept the same denominator. Or you could have 9 elevenths minus 2 elevenths equals 7 elevenths. And the same can be said if we use these algebraic terms and variables, as long as the denominator is not equal to 0. So go ahead and try the following examples where all of these fractions are like fractions. So press pause now and give them a try. The next example goes into what happens when you have mixed numbers. So there's a few steps you should follow here. The first step is always to write these mixed numbers as improper fractions. So in this case, we'd have 74 over 21 and 151 over 21. Then you can either write it all over one bar or just add the top. So in this case, we'd have 225 over 21. So after we've done that, we then go ahead and simplify it. So we can divide both the top and the bottom by 3 to get 75 over 7, and then put it into a mixed number. So here's another example with subtraction. So it's really important to do this with subtraction. You always need to make sure you make it an improper fraction first, or you're going to mess up and not get the right answer. So 65 over 9 minus 32 over 9. We then are left with 33 over 9, which simplifies to 11 over 3, which is 3 2/3. So press pause and try this one on your own. And you have negative 2 7/8 plus 3 3/8. Don't forget the negative sign. Assign it to the numerator when you complete this problem, not the denominator. So example 4, simplifying variable expressions. So what happens when a variable is in there? So in this case, we have 3c over 10 plus c over 10. In this case, it's like 3c plus c, which is like 1c, which would be left with 1 second. So we're left with 4c over 10, but what I did here, this is not an exponent, is we can simplify 4 and 10 to be left with a 2 and a 5, so it simplifies to 2/5 c. So you can simplify these terms as you go. So here's another example. What if the variable was on the bottom? 11 minus 17, both of them over 30x. So in this case, 11 minus 17 is negative 6. Negative 6 and 30 can both be divisible by 6. So 1 is on the top, 5 is on the bottom. We keep this negative sign, so it's negative 1 over 5x. So give this problem a try. 7 over 12f minus 5 over 12f. And that's all for this lesson. I hope that was pretty basic and you could see how these simplify and that you're able to remember, as long as they're like fractions and the denominator is the same, you can simply add or subtract the numerators.